Trucking with Uncle Jal, the night ride edition. Fun of it all. It's about 2:57 in the morning. Remember to like, share, feel free to subscribe and comment. We are coming through the big little town of Santa Rosa, New Mexico, on our little adventure over to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Fun, traffic free, crack-a-doodle free highways in the wee hours of the morning, especially out here on I-40. We are clicking along this morning. We're gonna see how many early birds we got hanging loose on the live tonight. We ain't got about 6 hours. We're gonna have to be shut down within 6 hours. We ain't gonna have enough time to make it all the way. Our appointment is 9 a.m. this morning, but we will not make that. Told them that when we picked the load up. They had this load scheduled on too tight of a timetable. We had too much of a hassle picking the load up. People not wanting to do their jobs in the office. But it is what it is. That's part of trucking. We are coming by the Loves and the Pilot here in Santa Rosa. It's actually 34 degrees in Santa Rosa, New Mexico, in the middle of the desert this morning. Quite chilly outside. No bad wind, just cold and dark highways. A diesel here, and diesel is $3.78 a gallon here in Santa Rosa. The regular unleaded is $2.44 a gallon, which gratefully has dropped. It was about $4 to $4.50 through here for a long while. So it has come down a little bit. I paid about $3.40 something this morning in Albuquerque. Throwed a little bit of fuel in here to get us on up the road. Hey, how you doing, John? Welcome to the night riding edition of the dark desert highways of New Mexico. I'm on I-40 East in Santa Rosa, New Mexico right now. We headed to Oklahoma. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, these 389 Peterbilts, they real nice trucks. I got a load of Red Bull. And unfortunately, it didn't give us no wings. How you doing, Whisper? Figure we can get us a night live in. We ain't done one in a good little minute. Because we will be shutting down pretty early this morning. Probably a little bit after daylight. Well, I don't have a shift. I have an 11-hour drive clock, but we didn't have that many hours this morning. We only had about 8.5 hours we can drive today. We're low on our 70-hour clock. How you doing, Thomas? Well, I'm glad you're drinking your coffee and riding with us. So, we got about 6 more hours we'll have to shut it down. We done been rolling for about 2 hours. This is just bringing another view of what we deal with out here. Sometimes you have to you running in the day. Sometimes you have to shut down, change up, and run at night. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning Mountain Time. So it'd be 2 a.m. Pacific Time, 3 a.m. Mountain, 4 a.m. Central, 5 a.m. Eastern. That's our 4 time zones here in the United States. Rockstar, we're doing pretty good. How about yourself? Taking along and just taking in a early morning ride. I heard that, Tom. Hey, Sean. How you doing, baby? Nice, how you doing? I'm doing all right. I'll be on that, Rockstar. I deal with sinus headaches from time to time. Yeah, Sean, it's been good money for me. I've been doing it 13 years. Been an independent owner-operator for 11 years of 13. So I can't complain. It's got its ups and downs. Depending on where you at. Yeah, my truck's reliable. It better be reliable. It's under warranty and brand new. This truck's a 2023. It ain't 2 years old. Ain't got but 400,000 miles on it. And we keep the maintenance up on it. Can't make money out here with an unreliable rig. Go broke. Everything mechanical dealing with these big trucks is expensive. Damn fuel pump for this truck's over $12,000 to $15,000. John, this rig runs anywhere from $235,000 to $300,000, depending on what you get in it. If you custom order it, you can pay upwards to almost $300,000. Hey, FK, won't you take that mustard, stick it on that dick you're sucking, and lick it off? How you doing, King? Hell, in some places, Sean, you can buy 3 or 4 houses for that price. Too early in the morning for a dumbass idiot media troll. Who you calling mouthy fools, this? Nope, it's a 6-cylinder. It's an inline 6 Cummins, 605 Cummins. Doc, we out here on I-40, just east of Santa Rosa, New Mexico. We'll be in Texas here in about less than an hour. It's okay, Sean. It ain't that impressive. I'd rather have a Detroit under the hood. Detroit or Cat. Now those engines are impressive. This Cummins, this borderline. Nope, not a good workhorse engine. Out of the top 3 engines, it's number 3. I hear you, Doc. My max speed's whatever I put my foot on the pedal to run. But I run the speed limit, Sean. I got no need to speed in a big rig. But this truck ain't got no governors on it. She runs on whatever I set the pedal on. Which right now 70 miles an hour. I disagree with you on that, mate. You take care of it, it'll last a long time. You keep the maintenance up on any engine, it'll last you a long time. There ain't nothing man-made that ain't gonna break. As long as you keep the maintenance up on it, your likelihood of it breaking down is dramatically cut in half. Good thing about Doc's Caterpillars, it'll last a lot longer than this Cummins because it ain't got no damn depth system on it. And again, mate, I'm going to disagree with you on that statement. I turned wrenches all my life on these diesel engines. I've worked on them and now I drive them. I've seen cats in Detroit's outlast most things on the road. It don't do nothing but tear it up, Rockstar. That's the reason why a lot of these newer trucks go through engines so fast. Engine system up. That's why they call it DEF. It's DEF to a diesel. Supposed to be cleaning the exhaust for the environment, but it don't do dog shit. Absolutely correct, Doc. That's why they lifted that EPA ban. That's me, Doc. I'd like to have a 60 series, because if I have one, those Cummins will be sitting on blocks in the shop. And that 60 series will be under the hood. I get better power and better fuel mileage out of that 60 series Detroit than I can this Cummins. Yeah, Doc, vaguely I remember that M14. If I could get my hands on a DD15, I'd swap them out. I hear you, mate. How you doing, Green? Well, the best thing they done, Doc, is Detroit went back through that old... They had quit doing that 60 series for a while. Then they revamped it, and they fixed it where it quit leaking oil. So that new version of it is probably the best 60 series ever come out. I heard that, Green. We had our coffee a couple hours ago before we got on the road. We just enjoying this traffic-free morning. Yeah, mate, I can agree with you on that. Detroit puts out some damn good diesel engines. Rockstar. Hope everything goes well for you. I'm from South Mississippi there, Green. South Mississippi, and I live in South Louisiana right now. I grew up about an hour from the Gulf Coast. Not a problem, Rockstar. We just trying to get this load as close as we can today. I told them when I left with it that I wasn't going to make it till Wednesday morning. Yeah, maybe so, mate. Oh, I ain't found nothing that Cummins has got that's impressive. Cummins designed the jake brakes on these diesel engines, but their damn jake brakes suck. Detroit's jake brake can throw you through the windshield. Caterpillar's jake brake can throw you through the windshield. I just really have not been impressed by Cummins. I had a Kenworth with this X15 in it. It was a 500 horse Cummins. And I got this Peterbilt with the bigger Cummins in it, the 605. This Cummins is 600 horsepower and it pulls okay. It runs okay, but it is not an impressive engine. Here on my left, about the only thing you're going to see out here is some pronghorn antelope. And they don't even come out of the fields or cross the fences. So if you've seen a deer, I want to ask you what you smoking this early in the morning. Look here, Tick, you little low IQ media troll. Won't you do your mama proud and quit being an embarrassment? Quit making her regret not swallowing your ass. Get out of their basement, go get a job, get a life, get the fuck off social media. Be productive for once in your life instead of a burden. That's number 2 in the morning. I don't tolerate media trolls. You come on here being a troll, you're going to get roasted so bad, you're going to wish your mama swallowed you. Well, not that blurry on me, and we are riding at night, but just to satisfy you. That blur at night is mostly from the headlights. There ain't nothing we can do about it. No, Bruce, I wouldn't piss on the Mac if you gave it to me. I can tell you this, I don't drive Macs, I don't drive Volvos, I don't drive Internationals. There's only 3 types of truck I'll even look at. That's Peterbilt, Freightliner, and Kenworth. I would not downgrade my integrity to a Mac. Don't do Western Star either. Dumb son of a bitch. Stupid motherfucker. Hey Bruce, how about you suck my right nut and make the left one jealous? How about that? Your mama should have swallowed your ass instead of conceiving you. Peckerheads like you are poster children in the health department for birth control. Goodbye, shit turd. Hello, Jew. I heard that, Doc. Peckerhead is the head of your dick. Means he's a dickhead. There, mate. Morning, Philip. Okay, mate. Thank you, Thomas. You have you a good, safe day at work today, buddy. I don't care too much for Western Star. Everything they put out on the highway is garbage. And Freightliner fucked up when they bought them out. They building trucks and they can't even tell nobody how to work on them. I'm headed to Tulsa, Oklahoma, Philip. I'm doing good. How you doing, Anthony? Yeah, I like old Freightliners, Anthony. I've drove Peterbilt, Freightliner, and Kenworth. And yeah, the old freight shaker, the shaky freight. Freightliner's a good work truck. Now, I I like the W9s there, mate, but them other ones I could care less about the way they design. There you go, Romeo. I heard that, fella. This damn I-40 is a piece of shit out through here. Trying to stay over and out of the potholes. Thank you, Eggs. Okay, Debbie. I heard that, Doc. That's one of them old school Macs there. They don't build them like that no more. Yeah, mate, I know that T904, I just don't like the way it looks. Just like the new 589s that replace this 389 with. I don't like the way Peterbilt redone that 589 that they just brought out. They basically took a 579 sleeper, put a 389 front end on it, and just to me it looks stupid. Right now I'm on I-40 East in New Mexico, fixing to be in Tucumcari, New Mexico. Fixing to be headed into Texas here shortly. Damn the potholes. This damn highway sucks. I didn't mean no disrespect. It looks ugly to me, mate. That's my opinion. Just like Peterbilt's new 589 looks ugly as shit. Just like the new Volvos look ugly as shit. That's just my opinion. Hey, I like the old school look, not this new shit they putting out. Yeah, we can definitely agree on that, mate. Yeah, that's true, mate. I'd probably drive it after I got used to it, but I don't know. I used to have 10, 13 speed, 2015 shaky brakes. They were good trucks. Then I stepped off in a 2022 T680. It was okay. I traded it in on this 23 389B. All right, mate. Thank you. One thing I do know, mate, is between the United States and Australia, our trucks are designed a lot different. Y'all got things we ain't got, and we got things y'all ain't got. So it all varies on where you at. How you doing? Diesel, how you doing? Okay, mate, I appreciate that recommendation. I'm headed to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I hear you, Debbie. How you doing, jerk? Yeah, that's it, mate. We all got our picks and differences of opinion. I heard that, mate. Well, we are swerving all over the road, Ziggy. trying to dodge these damn big ass potholes in this highway. But for the most part, we try to keep it in our lane as much as possible. Morning, Richard. Well, Jerk, I'm going to tell you what. I got 46 people in here. If I don't get to your question directly, tough shit. And if you don't like it, you can see your ass off the bench. I don't get to everybody's fucking questions. So if that's a problem for you, you picked the wrong motherfucker on the right morning. No, you's being a smart ass. You know what? I ain't got time for people like you. You don't come on my page and throw a statement up telling me you didn't answer my question. I answer the questions I want to fucking answer. Goodbye, shitbird. That's why your name is Jerk. To go jerk your pecker somewhere else. Oh, you good, Richard? I was dealing with jerk dick. I get really irritated with people who come on here. They can see how many people's on the screen. I have a voice reader for these comments so I can hear what y'all are putting on the screen. And I can't get to everybody the minute you post a comment. It may take me a minute till you question. But when you come with this, you ain't answering my question shit, you're going to get your ass booted off. And you're going to get the side of me you don't want. Because you don't snap at me when I've got 30 to 40 people talking to me at one time. Yeah, that's messed up, mate. Dude, I tell you, my prayers goes out to all of y'all down there after all this crazy shit that's been going on around Sydney. That was messed up. I hated that. That hurt my heart on the news. I hope they get everything under control with that. Yeah, it was. I take my hat off to old big boy that tackled that jackass though. That big fella's got some balls that clank. He sure jumped his ass, took that gun away from him. The only thing, he's a better man to me because I'd have blasted his ass when I got that shotgun away from him. He wouldn't. I wouldn't let him walk away. Oh, I know I'm not required to answer it, Red. And stupid ass people that demand shit's gonna get their ass kicked in the nuts. Cause I frankly don't give a shit. That's one thing about my channel. I don't cater to feelings and don't give a shit. I'll tell you just what I think. So if you don't want to hear what I'm thinking, don't ask the question. Because a lot of people nowadays can't handle my raw honesty. Yeah, unfortunately, those CB radios are few and far between out here nowadays, Debbie. I run one in my truck. My nephew runs one in his truck, and I know a few other drivers that do too, but not very many of us still run the CBs like they used to. Nowadays, these new age drivers, they're too busy watching movies on a tablet or their cell phone. Well, welcome to Tucumcari, New Mexico. The last big town before we cross over into Texas. Yeah, that's the difference there too, mate. Y'all using UHF over there, we using Citizen Band over here. I used to have a VHF in my pickup till I got caught with it and I had to take it out of my truck because local law enforcement used VHF over here. And I had all the police channels programmed into that VHF radio where I could sit and listen to where all the popo were. That way when I'd go out to the bars on the weekends, I could dodge all the roadblocks, get home. I heard that, truck driver. They'll enjoy the cabbage fields. I'm in Tucumcari, New Mexico there. Jonah, Tucumcari, New Mexico, and this is a 2023 389B. How you doing, you?
In 1 3/4 miles, take exit 333 on the right.
Well, you put question marks up there, I don't know what you mean, buddy. I heard that, mate. I heard that. Oh, we having a good day, coon dog. How you doing?
Take exit 333 on the right.
I don't know what the hell you talking about, you. How should you take what? Explain yourself or get the fuck off my page. I'm not gonna go back and forth with somebody who's sitting up here putting half a fucking question up without explaining himself. Not gonna waste my time on it.
Turn left at the stop sign.
That's good there, Coon Dog. I'm in Tucumcari, New Mexico there, buddy.
Continue on I-40.
All total in my career, Debbie, I've been out here 13 years. 1,300,000 miles plus. No problem, Cora. No, Red, I ain't never drove the cab over. I've rode in a couple of them. My uncle drove. But I ain't never personally drove one. Trying to stay out of the damn potholes. No problem. Appreciate it, David. Yeah, Red, I like to see them old trucks. You still see a few of them old cab overs out here on the road. Some of them, people have restored them, made them look good again. Some of them are rolling wrecks, but I still like seeing that old school stuff. I grew up around it. Have mercy. I appreciate that, Debbie. It'd definitely make life a whole lot harder if we wasn't out here on the road. Always an asshole with his brights on. You ought to learn how to build a dimmer switcher, you dumbass. Damn, this damn road. Gonna get a lot of blurry video right now. I can't do nothing about the rough ass road. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of them for that there, Red. I run into a fella quite a few years back over in Jackson, Tennessee. He had an old cab over KW. Had W200, I think it was, something like that. Anywho, he had bought it. It was used on the old TV show BJ and the Bear. Had the actor's signature on the sun visor. He had autographed it. That old fella told me he had to completely redo all the interior in that truck after he bought it. It was back to showroom condition. But he said that old chimpanzee monkey that they had on that TV show tore the interior of that truck up. I heard that, John. Yeah. Around about 78, my uncle was running a cab over Shaky Break. I can't remember what year model it was. He took me and my little cousin for a ride. We were little kids. He was driving that. He was a company driver for Northern Electric out of Waynesboro, Mississippi. He took me and my cousin up there to Northern Electric so he could pick up a trailer, bring it back to the house with him before he left out and got on the road with it. Well, that's another reason I'm glad I'm not in England. It's a crime over here to get in that left lane and camp out. Will do, Lucas. I appreciate it. That's kind of hard to. There's been so many damn different strange things out here. It's hard to say what was the strangest. Seeing people out here on the interstate sitting on guardrails. Seen a kid yesterday that was, or day before yesterday, coming out of California. He was on the shoulder of the road, waving at everybody, jumping up and down, turning circles on one spot. I don't know what he was on, but he was definitely stoned out of his mind. First, that's true, and I appreciate it, buddy. Try to stay out of the potholes, but it's harder to see them at night. No, Joseph, we don't look for shit like that. We don't look for wendigos and we don't look for light lizards. There ain't nothing there that interests me. That shit still happens every day out here. That's one thing that definitely ain't changed in trucking. Four-wheelers act like idiots around trucks. They just had a $44 million settlement in Missouri against Prime. Bunch of idiots driving stupid. Wrecked in front of a big truck, caused a 100-car pileup. They blamed it on the truck driver. The truck driver didn't have nothing to do with it. I hope they ain't counting that money, because they ain't going to get it. That trucking company is going to appeal that back to the Supreme Court, and that's going to get overturned. Well, Jonas, that sucks. Knock on wood, we got 1,300,000 plus miles, no accidents, no tickets. And that right there is something to be proud of. Sit out here. There we go. Did a little refresh, y'all. Sometimes the comments lock up. You can't never get a good day without any trouble on these media platforms. We are on I-40 East, on the last legs of New Mexico. Not too big on this night ride, though. Takes a lot out of you. Not to mention getting bored. Your body's used to being asleep at this hour. It just discombobulates the body, swapping from days to nights, back to days. It's really physically and mentally demanding on a lot of the drivers out here. How you doing, Bruce? Welcome to the last legs of I-40 in New Mexico. Way back in the Bay in the Texas Panhandle. Woo-hoo. Tell I'm excited. Oh, man, have mercy. Well, we can't complain, Bruce. Been a pretty good morning so far. Not a whole lot of traffic. We'll have to deal with some morning traffic in Amarillo, but ain't much we can do about that. Oh yeah, that's a given, Bruce. That's a given. We got to keep it between the ditches because a lot of people's lives around us depend on that. Got a load of Red Bulls there. We running a dry load in a reefer. We got 20 pallets of Red Bull. Ain't got no wings, but we got Red Bull. Well, Bruce, I wish I was there. I'd be eating me a nice all-star breakfast. That actually sounds pretty good. I heard that, sir. Well, sir, for some reason they consider these Red Bull loads high value freight. There ain't nothing high value about it. Just some nasty ass over energy drinks. Shit that tastes like book spray. Bruce, I'm running an 18 speed, buddy. Got a 605 Cummins with 600 horses with 18 speed, 8 fuller, 323 rears. No governor. Yeah, Bruce, I got a CB. I got Bruce and Bruce. Bruce number 1, Bruce number 2. Bruce number 2, we got a CB, yes sir. I don't go nowhere without my CB. Damn. Man, I can't deal with this shit. That damn shit just beat the shit out of me. New Mexico wants trucks in the right lane, but they won't fix the damn roads. They want to blame it on the trucks, saying they're tearing the roads up. But what I blame it on is piss poor management of the government. Stealing the damn money that they're supposed to be fixing the roads with. Oh yeah, Patriot. Well, we in New Mexico, buddy. And yes, sir, I know PA's highways. I've run enough through PA. You got that right. They steal all the damn tax money for the roads. Don't never fix them. Blame it on the big trucks, say they tearing the road up. When in reality, it's just their piss poor ability to fix the roads. You gonna pass, pass. If not, quit trying to drive around me on the right, you stupid fucking bastard. Try to get back over here and get across this state line. Fucking dumbass. They're trying to run over you because they won't speed up and pass. They see them logos on the trailer and they think that all these trucks are governed, when they're not.
Over speed limit.
Not my nuts. I'm going down a hill, of course I'm over the speed limit. Stupid ass AI cameras. Crocodile shit. Got about 5 miles, we'll be in Texas. Hey, good morning you too, Bruce number 2. Hope you have a good morning as well. Yeah, well, I do that, Bruce. When I turn that signal on to move over, I count 1, 2, and I come over. So you got a choice at that point. You can eat that big steel DOT bumper that's trailer, or you can get on your brakes and back off. But I ain't gonna let no camel jockey Iranian terrorist pass me on the right being stupid. Well, I hope she gets feeling better, Bruce. My grandmother's got leukemia right now. She's 98 years old. The doctor told her that she'll die of old age before it kills her. I'm glad he told her that so she wouldn't sit there and worry about it. But all my best to your wife. I know that's got to be a struggle. Okay, Jay. Hello back to Scotland. Home country of my mama's ancestors, my mama's side of the family. Is that Matt Michaels? I'm headed to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Brought this load out of Phoenix, Arizona, headed to Tulsa. Unfortunately. So hard to see these big potholes at night. We see some of them and we miss some. Okay, Gaddy. Yeah, that's what's cool about it. It's 4:22 in the morning here. They did, Bruce. They didn't pass the law. The laws existed. It's been on the books for 80 plus years. But what they did was they started enforcing it again. See, way back in the 2000s, the FMCA and the federal government told the DOTs in every state to ignore the English-speaking rule when it comes to CDLs. Because a bunch of trucking companies convinced the government that we had a shortage of truck drivers when we didn't. What we had was a shortage of trucking companies that would actually pay the drivers. And they lost a lot of veteran drivers out here, which created a shortage. They should have never been there. All right, Bruce. You have a good one. So, they really didn't pass no law. That law has been in existence for almost 80 plus years. They're just enforcing it now. It only took 18 to 20 years to get them to reinforce a law that's been on the books. Yeah, Bruce, that was the whole problem. They wanted to get these illegals and foreigners over here for a third the price. Cheap labor. That's all it was about. Truck driver shortage. Cheap labor. That's all it was about. Yeah, Wes. Well, I'm still in mountain time right now. How you doing, John? Good morning. I'm coming out of New Mexico into Texas, so we still on mountain time. I was actually supposed to be in Tulsa at 9 a.m. with this load. Ain't gonna happen. We still 6 hours away and I got 4.5 hours on my clock. So I'm gonna be 2 hours short. Merry Christmas to you too, Tracy, and your family as well. And thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Fortunately, I will be home next week for Christmas. Morning, Wes. Thank you, sir. Same to you. But if we take this load all the way, we may end up in a drop yard in Tulsa. Never know. We may end up dropping this till they can get it rescheduled for delivery. Wasn't nothing I can do about it. Somebody scheduled delivery too tight. So there wasn't no way to get around it. Alright, Tracy, you be careful going to work then. Hope you have a good and safe day. We dread sunrise because it's gonna be a bland ass morning. So it's probably gonna suck getting through Amarillo. We're about an hour from Amarillo, Texas. But we are in Texas. Good old panhandle, as they call it. I sure will, Sean. Thank you. Same to you. Yes, sir, the fun of it all. How you doing, Tracker? Hello back to Sarasota, Florida. Scoot. Ooh, mercy. Welcome to Texas. Night riding in Texas. Early morning. Ooh, mercy. They're gonna try to find us a love somewhere over here in Oklahoma to drag up in. Hopefully they got a laundromat, because I'm gonna try to get me a shower. Gonna go wash clothes first. Then get me a shower. And all that good stuff today. Chill out, wait on midnight so we can get more hours back to make it the rest of the way. I ain't gonna run but a few more hours. So it's gonna be a super early day for us. I hate flip-flopping from days to nights, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Just messes up your sleep pattern, have to jump back and forth like we do out here. That's the reason why this lifestyle and career is so rough on whoever's doing it, health-wise and mentally, the stress levels can get extreme out here some days. Not everybody is suited for this line of profession. A lot of people come out here and try it, but they wasn't meant for it. See, all the day runners are still parked up. Some of them are night runners just getting parked up. Mercy. Well, I can see the crest. 32 degrees here in Panhandle of Texas this morning. Yeah, I was just out there. I came through St. George probably a couple of weeks ago there, Chris. Headed up to Washington State for Phoenix. Yeah, been through the Virgin River Gorge, however you want to call it. Got a bunch of video footage of that on the page. Been about 2 or 3 weeks ago I was up through there. Very pretty through there. Mercy. The fun of it all, y'all. I came up through that Virgin River Gorge. I had a load of sour cream and cottage cheese going up to Safeway Groceries in Auburn, Washington. Came out of Casa Grande, trying to enjoy the no traffic. As soon as that sun starts coming up, that traffic's gonna get stupid. Especially when we get into Oklahoma. We gotta deal with the Oklahoma chicken coops as well. We grow some 79,000 pounds. They probably more than likely make us come in, drive across the scale. About 40 miles east, 40 miles west of Amarillo. Hopefully we can get over here and scoot through Amarillo before all them boats get up and start wilding on the highway. Like I said, we're going to try to make it as far into Oklahoma as we can today. Hopefully they'll give us a T-call and take it to a drop yard if they can't get us a new appointment for tomorrow morning. This little stretch is Adrian, Texas. Yay, the fun of it all. All in all, it ain't been a bad morning though. That's another advantage of running this time of the night and morning hours. Ain't a whole lot of people on the road. Some days we're grateful for that. turkey, dog. We had, I cooked a couple of chicken breasts yesterday, so me and Stinky Bud had chicken breast sandwiches. Of course, I had to share with the dog. She harassed the shit out of it. She definitely ain't got no shame in her game. She gonna sit there and drool and give you them sad brown eyes. Yes, sir. Sorry, there ain't a whole lot of excitement in that ride. This is pretty much the sum of it all. Try to stay awake. And keep your mind occupied so you can. I do recommend, though, any point in time you running like this, late at night, early mornings, you start getting drowsy, find your butt somewhere to go park, take you a little nap. Don't keep trying to push it. You'll end up getting yourself hurt, or you'll end up hurting and killing other people. Don't never play with that drowsy driving shit. Oh, it's crack-a-doodle season year-round there, Jeremy. Probably will be time we hit Amarillo. Y'all see red flashing lights on the horizon, that's the windmills. Because there's a shitload of windmills out here. Drew, we're right at 34 miles west of Amarillo, Texas. Yeah, Red. The only difference is we ain't driving up from San Antonio. We are definitely going to be in Amarillo by morning. Yeah, Jeremy, Oklahoma's got a big old scale coming into Oklahoma. And they don't play no games with you. We get that Oklahoma line, we got a 50-50 chance, green light or red light, or no light. We get a red light, we got to go in. If we don't get a light, we got to go in. We get a green light, we keep it moving. Jeremy, I I don't have no favorite scale. The damn Oklahoma scale on I-35 gave me my first and my only overweight ticket in my history of my trucking career. And that'll never, ever happen again. Because before I left Arizona with this load, it got scaled. We were legal on gross, and we slid one hole back and got it legal on front and rear. "13 years of trucking, I've only gotten one fine at a scale house for an overweight trailer. I was riding dirty, and I got my ass busted, got a $500 education. Good morning, Hoops. $500 a $200 ticket, a $300 ticket, and a warning ticket. That will never, ever happen again. Thank you, Noel. Appreciate it. Them lights you see up there is Vega, Texas. A big little town in the middle of nowhere. We don't pull off and stretch our legs until our day is done. And the depots over here most of them don't have scales, and the ones that do, you can't trust them because they don't know when they were calibrated. We use the cat scales at the truck stops. Sometimes you got to drive a long ways to get a scale ticket, and it sucks if it's overweight. You got to bring it back and get it reworked. But it is what it is. Morning there, man. down to the little town of Vega, Texas, which is all ups and a pallet. Yeah, Red, she's called Little Red. Now, the Kenworth was old Blue. Peterbilt's Little Red, Jeremy. Ooh, yes, sir. Here in a couple more hours, we're going to be ready to lay it back down and take a nap. We got up about 11 o'clock last night. Got ourselves together and got moving. Well, I mean, think about it, Red. I know fellas that was 6'6", 300 pounds, and their nickname was Tiny. So I figured it fit. That old boy I grew up around, his name was Steven, but everybody called him Tiny. He wasn't tiny. That boy was over 300 pounds and over 6'6". But I do know this. Little Red with a 53-foot reefer, full tank of fuel, full tank of DEF, full tank of reefer fuel. We weigh out at around 34,600 pounds. We'll be 34,200 pounds. If you drop the APU off. APU is about an extra 400 pounds on this truck. Okay, Red. Just like my brother-in-law, his name was Larry, but everybody called him Bubba. He was a big old boy. About 6'2", 260. Everybody called him Bubba. Yeah, I'll tell you that, Red. Ain't nobody mess with that boy. But I tell you what, they'd rather mess with old Bubba than they would have messed with my little sister. Because my little sister, she ain't about 5'7", about 135 pounds. She could fight harder than her old man. She grew up with three boys. Me and my cousins. My sister was the only granddaughter on Daddy's side of the family. So she learned how to fight at a young age. In fact, I seen her little 5'7" ass whoop some grown ass men's ass in the parking lots a few times. That little old gal was tough. Still is. Oh, man of mercy. I don't know where we're going to make it to this morning, but we will make it somewhere in Oklahoma. Oh yeah, Red. Back when they was married, he went and bought her a Glock 357 SIG. I said a little prayer for him. I said, brother-in-law, you know you married to my little sister, and you know she crazy enough about capping your ass if you piss her off the wrong way. But it was nice knowing you. I liked him. He was a good old fella. They went their separate ways. It is what it is. She done met her a little Cajun fella out from around where I'm living at down there in South Louisiana. And he's a big old boy too. He's about 6'4", 6'5". Big, long, tall coon ass. I ain't got to meet him yet, but one day I'll get to meet him. Morning, David. Welcome to Texas. This is Colorado, Texas. Begging to be an Amarillo. I hear you, David. Well, we're going to be cruising across the Panhandle this morning. We had long ago come out of New Mexico. Spent the night over west of Albuquerque at the Dancing Eagle, the 108. We running on them recapped hours, so we're low on hours over 70. And unfortunately, we were low enough. We were 2 hours short from being able to run this load all the way to Tulsa, Oklahoma for this morning. Yeah, David. Unfortunately, we made it out of Arizona. We couldn't get all the way out of New Mexico until today. Our dog ain't much, brother. We making it to Amarillo by morning. We just didn't drive up from San Antonio. We come in from New Mexico. We made sure we stayed straight through Albuquerque. We didn't want to make no left turns in Albuquerque. I seen one of the bull haulers back up at the stockyard, getting ready to load or unload. Okay, Patty. I've been through Trooper Consequence and Elephant Butt. Pretty little area out through there, especially around that lake. Yeah, Red, it ain't gonna be too much longer. We'll have that damn sun in our face all morning till we park up. I heard that, Pat. Well, I hope you're at least enjoying your retirement. Yeah, I seen that, Betty, when I come through there last time. It looked like it was in bad shape for water. Yes, ma'am, 389 Peterbilt. Red, they're okay. They good for looks, but they don't serve no good purpose other than that. With this Peterbilt, Yeah, I'd say you'd have to have a visor on it. All the rest of them, I wouldn't waste my time putting one on there. The W9s and the 389s and all that, these hood trucks, they look better with the visor. That's about all they're good for is looks. Sure don't do you no good, because by the time the sun gets high enough that the visor's helping you, it's reflecting off the hood and still blinding you. Okay, pal. Last time I went by the Salt Lake, it looked a little rough. Last time I was in Salt Lake City, Utah, it started snowing on me. Here a couple weeks, a week or so back. Yeah, Red, pretty much. The damn sun visors up here on the top. The sun visors in this 389 Peterbilt are useless. They ain't wide enough. Oh, done been through Albuquerque. We did that this morning there, pal. We headed east over to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay, Sasquatch from Canada. Good morning to you too. That's pretty much it, Red. We made it to Amarillo by morning and we're eastbound and down. That is Amarillo up ahead of us. Yeah, we got a load of Red Bull. 20 pallets of Red Bull. No, ma'am. It's, we grossing $79,120. We running about 33 and 33 on the drives and the rear tandems, and got almost 12,000 on the steers. That Red Bull ain't light. That's 20 pallets of liquid, grossing out at about 43,000 pounds of freight. No, we got about 800 880 pounds playroom, I read. We're 880 pounds under gross. We rated for 80,000. We got 79, 120. So, we good on gross. We're heavier on the rear end than we are the front end. I set it like that so I can take on fuel. Morning, nephew. Welcome to Amarillo by morning. Two cold coffees later. I got 3 hours, 37 minutes left on my 70. We gonna try to make it into Oklahoma somewhere. Yeah, we've been trying, backwoods. Been trying to stay awake. I did not want to get out of bed. That's another telltale sign I need to take a few days off. We going to though. Tuesday of next week. We got less than a week to go. It's gonna take us a 2 or 3 day break. Ooh, mercy. When you picking old Blue up. I appreciate that, J-Roll. Okay, from Tuesday of next week to Monday. Well, I'll get to cash in on that one too. Welcome to Amarillo. But we didn't come from San Antonio. Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate it. Wow, they actually had a trailer to put it on. Well, they should get rid of that dirty ass trailer. thing is, we catch no Amarillo before all the crazies get loose. Some of them just getting out of bed, hallelujah. Friggin' Amarillo stretches about 20 miles. Got about 20 miles of town. As long as traffic ain't thick, you can make it through Amarillo in about 20 plus minutes. Go right ahead there, suicide jockey. They gonna find the short end of the stick with them Texas State boys. Oh, I've heard it. He got the Christmas trees decorated. Might have did a good job. Looks pretty good. Bob, hey, how you doing? Good morning. Better hit that damn Camaro, quit dragging your titties, boy. Don't be the queen of the drag your titty committee. Hate Christmas music, but I like seeing the Christmas lights every year. Some folks go all out on them. Every little tree in that shopping plaza was decorated. Somebody did a pretty good job. Yeah, Red. He gonna get him one of them state autographs. If I run up on him, pull it over with blue lights, I'm gonna toot the horn and laugh. Serve his ass right, driving through town like an idiot. And that dumb stay in his lane. He hauling ass, but he hauling his line. Unfortunately, there's a lot of folks out here who have driver's license that should not have driver's license because they got an IQ smaller than their shoe size. We still got 13 miles of Amarillo to go. moron gonna fuck around and find out. He's doing about 70. 70 and a 60. He gonna find out. Most of them did, Red. Most of them did. Old bullhog. We can run with him, but we ain't doing it. This is that early morning traffic starting to get rolling. You got it, Bullhauler, come on. Or one of them crackheads jumped over.
1.5 miles. Take exit 74 on the right.
Not a problem, brother, not a problem. Yes, sir. All the crackadoodles are getting loose to work. We made a ride by the big Texan of Amarillo where you can get you a 72-ounce steak. And if you eat the 72-ounce steak dinner, you eat for free. If you don't, probably gonna cost you about $200.
Take exit 74 on the right, Port Whitaker Road.
Yeah, I know, stinky butt. It gives you a good nap.
In 1/2 mile, take the ramp on the left to I-40 East, then exit right.
Ooh, yeah. Fun of it all.
Take the ramp on the left to I-40 East, then exit right.
Our GPS, whoever programmed it, programmed this stretch of I-40 onto the GPS
Take exit 75 on the right, Port Texas 335.
as a load rated bridge and load restricted section when it's not. Yeah, everybody headed out to work there, Red.
1/2 mile, take the exit on the left to I-40 East. Take the exit on the left to I-40 East.
Old streak and bacon. Yeah, but everybody getting up, getting moving, and Won't be too much longer. In about another couple hours, we'll be calling it a day. And we'll let all the nutballs have the highway. We'll probably make it somewhere around Elk City, Oklahoma. Somewhere in that range. And find out, hopefully, from the dispatcher today, what we're going to do with this load. They're going to get it rescheduled. We're going to take it to a drop yard in Tulsa and drop it. Hopefully they can give us an answer today. I tried all day yesterday trying to get an answer out of them. Checked on it this morning when I got on the road. There's still no answer. So they're going to have to make a decision. We ain't going to get it over here to Tulsa and sit on it. They burnt my clock up playing Tipsy Doo-Dah, trying to get the pickup numbers and VIN numbers to pick the load up. So by the time I got the numbers, I couldn't go nowhere. I had to sit and wait. I had to wait on a 10-hour break and wait on hours to come back. So missed the shift. Don't do that again now, Little Red. There you go. Take the shift, baby. Time to roll it. No adventure, I don't pull cows. I run reefer or dry van. And I'm in Amarillo, Texas, not Eric, Oklahoma. I run a welfare wagon, 53-foot reefer. All right, Bruce, thank you. Appreciate it. Well, it wasn't much the dispatchers read. It was a planning department, the people who brokered this load. They were trying to put everything on me to get to all the right information to get the pick the load up, and I wasn't gonna have it. I told the dispatchers on the phone, if I got to do the job of the personnel in the office, and I require $150 an hour with a 4-hour minimum, then I'll do the work that somebody else is supposed to do before they sent the load to me. And I sat there and went back and forth with them for 4 or 5 hours. So when I finally got the information I needed to pick up the load, I sent them a message. Told them ETA needs to be pushed out to Wednesday due to the fact that the brokering team refused to help me get the pickup numbers for this load. So this load is behind due to the brokering team, not the driver. I threw their ass under the bus on that computer. One of them sent me a message back talking about, you have to call. I said, no, I don't have to call the broker. I'm not here to do your job and mine. You do not come out here and help me drive this truck. So why in the hell am I going to help you do your job when you should have had all this information when you brokered the load? Oh no, Red, I don't put up with that shit. I told them. Final thing I said to them was, you can either get the numbers and get them to me, or you can take the load off of me. But I'm gonna sit right here if it means I'm sitting here Monday morning. I'm sitting here Monday morning, that load will be removed, and I'll be running something else. Problem being is they brokered loads out of this place 2 and 3 times a week. They know what the driver needs to pick up the load, and they know what the numbers start with. It's always the same first three digits. So I don't understand when they broker them why they can't tell the person they brokered it from, hey, we need the 720 number and the 117 number so we can pick up the load. It's that simple. They want to drag their nuts. Try to put their work off on somebody else. But they ain't going to get that privilege here. I'll pull out on the shoulder of that road and set the brakes. I'll sit there till A, they get me the numbers, or B, I have another load put on me. They were already retarded to think I was going to do their job for them. That was just like the OS&D that you have to do claims on these Tyson loads. That lady jumped on me on the phone telling me I needed to call Tyson, not her. I said, I'm not claims, you are. I'm not calling Tyson. I don't have the information that Tyson requires. So thus far, you need to get on the phone and do your job. And if you don't call them, they're going to charge you for whatever's on that trailer. I said, no, you ain't going to charge me. Because the minute you charge me, I'm going to sue you. And we'll see if the judge deems it my responsibility to do your job. She got her ass on the phone and got that shit worked out. And she sent me a message telling me to throw the product away. Good morning, Albert. These people fucked up and bumped their head off or falling off the turnip truck and think I'm going to do their job and drive the truck too. Yeah, that don't work. I charge extra money. My time's money. So if I got to do your job, you're going to pay me $150 an hour. 4-hour minimum. I already drew up an email and sent it out to every email that I have at WFX in regards to doing the jobs of people in office. And it states on that email, to whom it may concern, as of this day, E&J Trucking will not do the jobs of office personnel and drive trucks and deliver freight. So any load that requires a broker or a shipper or receiver to be called is your responsibility, not ours. If we have to take responsibility for it, we will charge a 4-hour minimum at $150 an hour. And you will pay it. And you will be invoiced for it. You got me, Red. They're too busy in there playing on their phones and laughing and giggling. Every time I call a dispatcher, that's all I hear is a bunch of nutballs in the background laughing and talking loud. You can barely hear the dispatcher on the phone. Sound like they have an office party Monday through Sunday, 365 days a year. I don't play that shit. They can try me if they want to. I can tell you what, C.H. Robinson Broker House tried me at Landstar. They settled out of court. They couldn't ever deliver all the proper numbers to pick up loads, and I charged them $250 an hour. For every hour I had to sit and wait to get the right numbers to pick up the load. I invoiced them a $10,000 invoice for delaying my trucks. They ignored it for a year. Sent them an invoice every 2 weeks for a year. Then I had my legal staff and my attorneys file a lawsuit to get the $10,000. When they got the lawsuit dropped in their lap, guess what? They wrote a check and sent it out to avoid going to court. That's right, Red. Problem is a lot of them get away with this shit. They get away with that shit because a lot of the drivers out here just bend over, take it up the tailpipe, and do what they want them to do. Not this old bastard. I do what I want to do, not what you expect me to do. That's why I own my own company. they could save all that drama for the company drivers that they run over. I'm not a company driver. And I can promise you, there's a little dispatcher here in Oklahoma City named Anna. You can call and talk to her and ask her about flexing her titties at me, telling me how to do it or else. She got her ass fired on the phone. I called her boss, and me, her boss, and the owner of the company had a little powwow about a breach of contract lawsuit that she got this company involved in. It could have cost this company a lot of money. Because at that point in time with her, I was going to sue them for 10 years lost wages, the title of this truck, and her job. And the owner of the company told her, if you ever force dispatch another owner-operator working within this company, I will make sure you don't work in the trucking industry nowhere for as long as I live. She got her little attitude right. She got stupid with me after I told her on down, learn the difference. She learned real quick like it wasn't going to be her way or the highway with me. I wasn't no company driver. I refused that load 3 times on the computer. Refused that load 3 times on the phone. And she told me I had no choice. And I said, is that your final answer? She said, excuse me? I said, you're fired. Click. I hung up on her ass. I don't work for you, lady. You work for me. Your job is to get me loads. Not tell me what I am and ain't gonna run. How you doing, Brandon? If I bend over and just kiss her ass, I defeat the whole purpose of me starting my own company and running my own company. I might as well just come over here as a company driver. But my contract, when I signed up over here, states no forced dispatch. Hey, Brandy, I've been up since about 11 o'clock last night. Which this company calls them fleet managers. Every one of them have so many trucks underneath them on a day-to-day basis. I call them dispatchers. They just gave them a fancier name. And after I had my little headbutt with that dispatcher, the guy that replaced her, a little young guy, as soon as he sent me the message, I gave him a phone call, and me and him had to come to Jesus meeting at the beginning. I told him how it was going to be with me, what I expect out of him, and he needed to let me know right now if he could handle it or not handle it. And he did a pretty good job. He got him a better spot and position within the company. So I ended up with the guy I have now. Me and him have been together almost 2 years now. He's up around my age range. and me and him get along. He knows what I expect, and I do my best to deliver on my end whenever he gives me good mileage loads. Well, there ain't too many clouds up here this morning. There's a few. Wow. Turn your blinker on, turn it off, and then move over. That's a new one. Right now, Johnny, I'm on I-40 East. About 80 miles west of Eric, Oklahoma. I'm in the Texas Panhandle right now. That's it, Red. I try to be, Brandy. I'll run my ass off. They give me a load, I'm gonna run my ass off. I'm gonna get it there. I'm gonna get it there on time or ahead of schedule. And I tell them, you give me a load on Monday, deliver it on Wednesday. You have Monday and Tuesday to have me a load ready for Wednesday to pick up after I deliver. Don't let me get over here and deliver and be sitting around twiddling my thumbs empty on Wednesday. Because then you're going to see another side of me that you don't want to see. You're going to get to see Little Jeffrey come out. Little Jeffrey's an asshole. Little Jeffrey will butt hurt you in 2 seconds flat. Little Jeffrey don't give a shit. So to keep things good between us, don't force me to let Little Jeffrey loose. Because when he gets loose, it takes me a couple of days to get him back in his little padded room and straitjacket. I try to be calm, cool, collected with everybody. I love to talk shit, I love to laugh and joke and carry on. But if you think you're gonna mistake my kindness for weakness, or you're gonna be stupid to me, or try to talk to me like I'm stupid, you're gonna find out that Little Jeffrey is the biggest hemorrhoid on the planet. Oh no, Brandy, I've got a negative 10,000 against stupid. If you come at me stupid, buddy, I'm going to show you something you wish to guide. You'd wish to guide you to come at me a whole different way. And I got a record. 0.1 seconds. I can go from nice, cool, and collective to 1,000% super hemorrhoid on anybody's ass. And I can promise you, when I turn into that hemorrhoid, you're gonna be rushing to the Dollar General for that 2-for-1 Preparation H special. You're gonna need 2 tubes to get that hemorrhoid under control. How you doing, Junebug? My wife used to call me over. I was running Dollar Tree dedicated. I'd be at a store delivered. My wife called me, "What are you doing?" "Being a hemorrhoid." being a hemorrhoid, I said, yeah, but I got a manager here that thinks that she's in charge of the truck drivers. Thinks that I'm a Dollar Tree employee. Hey, Patricia. And unfortunately, I rub off on my wife all the time. I called my wife one day. She was in Dollar General, got into it with the cashier. I said, what you doing? She said, I'm here, I'm being like you. I'm here at the Dollar General being a hemorrhoid to a little smart ass cashier. I said, oh no, not the hemorrhoid. I'm gonna tell y'all this little story. This is a Dollar Tree delivery story. So I was on Dollar Tree account out of Olive Branch, Mississippi for about 6 years. 2 years as a company driver when I first started out in the trucking business. And I ran my own trucks over there for 4 years. So, dispatcher called me at home, asked me if I would go up to Chesapeake, Virginia. They got a Dollar Tree distribution center there in Chesapeake, Virginia. And they were short-handed, needed some delivery drivers. And of course, he come at me the right way. He bribed me with some good money. Paid me an extra $200 on top of mileage to Deadhead from South Louisiana to Chesapeake, Virginia. So I went up to Chesapeake. Went up there for a couple of weeks, helping them out. I was at one of the stores in Delaware. And I was nothing but nice, you know. I was up that morning to make the delivery. Met the manager of the Dollar Tree there, gave her the paperwork, told her good morning. She was a snotty little bitch to me from the get-go. Attitude, 110%. So, me being me, she turned little Jeffrey loose. So, little Jeffrey was being a hemorrhoid to her. So, she smarted off in about the first hour of the unload. She smarted off. She said, I guess we're just going to have to deal with another asshole truck driver today. And I stopped. And I looked her right in her face and said, no ma'am, I'm not an asshole truck driver, I'm a hemorrhoid. And I'll tell you, she wasn't really the sharpest crayon in the box. It took her about an hour of me telling her I wasn't an asshole, that I was a hemorrhoid. And I knew when I looked her in her eye, from up in that trailer, she was standing at the end of that roller bed in that store. And her face was as red as my truck. Her fist was balled up. And she was breathing real hard. I knew at that point in time she figured out what I meant by that I was a hemorrhoid. And I, without a shadow of a doubt, looked at her and said, hey, look, if this old hemorrhoid's getting to you, I got some preparation H up there in the cabinet of my truck. I'll go get it for you to help you out. And that old gal throwed her hands up, cussed me out, and walked out of the freight room and went up front to her office. She wouldn't even help finish the unload. I had to send the box boy up there with the paperwork to get her to sign the paperwork for the delivery. I hurt that old gal's feelings quick. It's okay for her to be rude to the truck driver, but when the truck driver gave it back to her tenfold, oh, that was a problem. Oh yeah, and of course, she sent a message at distribution center on me. She complained on me. But what the stupid bitch didn't realize was, is the whole time I worked at Dollar Tree, I wore a clip-on GoPro on the side of my hat. And I recorded every unload. So, when I got back to that distribution center, and that dispatcher called me in the office about the complaint, I emailed him the video of the unload from start to finish, and he seen firsthand that she was a total bitch to the truck drivers. So at that point in time, he emailed that over to corporate Dollar Tree. Let them handle it. I don't know if they sent the district manager over there to wear her ass out, if she lost her job or what. I wasn't up there long enough to find out. But I do know she was reported to Dollar Tree corporate for being a rude bitch to the truck drivers for no reason. And I always recorded those unloads. Just for that reason. I got my ass chewed out one time as a company driver for the 6 years that I was over there. And after that, I bought that GoPro. Yeah, Jason, I'm going to get me another ticket. But I started doing that, and if any of the managers complained on me, or if I had any problems at the store, I would automatically email them videos to the driver manager running the Dollar Tree dedicated account for the trucks. That way, when the complaint come in, he could go ahead and squash it and let Dollar Tree know that it didn't have nothing to do with the driver. It was the manager of the store. And in 6 years on Dollar Tree, 36 of them managers lost their job over them videos. Thirty-six egotistical jackasses, men and women, lost their job thinking they were king ding-a-ling because they had a little plastic badge on their chest that said manager. No, in actuality, Red, is just the opposite. Their employees would steal freight. They would steal freight, damage freight, do all kind of shit, blame it on the truck drivers, and we'd get in trouble for it. Yeah, I heard that, Jason. Now our next run will be going to get that lottery attorney. And the lottery attorney and me will go to the lottery headquarters. Well, that's the way it always went, Red. I watched a lot of good drivers over at Dollar Tree get put off the Dollar Tree account because of a manager running their mouths. So a lot of times when we'd end up getting a manager over there, that head dispatcher over that account would call me on the phone and give me a load going to a problem store that they were getting constant complaints on all the drivers from, because he knew I was recording. They was one of them called the driver manager at the distribution center. Made a complaint on me. That driver manager says, well, I'm going to take that under advisement. We will have a talk about it, and we'll review the GoPro video that the driver has on his phone from that unload to ascertain who was at fault. And 9 times out of 10, they would hang up. There you go. They'd hang up the phone and didn't have no more complaints. Because when they found out they was on video, it changed the whole narrative. Well, welcome to Sunrise in the Panhandle of Texas. Looks like it's going to be a pretty one this morning. Yeah, in 6 years, I dealt with a lot of bullshit over on that Dollar Tree. It served its purpose. I got my trucks paid for. Everybody was home every weekend, for the most part. Once I got all the trucks paid for, I moved everything off. Went to running at Landstar for a couple of years. All them red lights are windmills. Nothing but windmills. They have to have them red lights. The helicopters and planes don't fly into them in the middle of the night. There's one right there that ain't got no red light on it. The red light ain't working. A couple more over on the other side of the road that ain't working. Yeah, these sunrises and sunsets are always beautiful. I enjoy them. That's right, Jeffrey. Look, car, all this left lane. Don't get up here on my ass. That's what happens when you run up on somebody's ass, asshole. Got that whole left lane open, you up in tailgating me like a dipshit. Stupid ass Oklahoma bitch. That's why your car all busted up. You don't know how to drive, ho. Hey, good morning, Kevin. Don't know what you're talking about, Roy. I don't just go Googling stuff saying look it up. You ain't gonna specify what you're talking about, it ain't gonna be on my channel. Yeah, no, this is a Peterbilt. Sorry I missed your question. I was distracted by somebody's stupid comment. And I don't know if that was a dude or a woman in the car, but he was driving like a bitch. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's alright. I love that song. It was a good song. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all get a good glimpse of the sunrise as it peaks up, and we're gonna take a little break. Probably jump over to our Facebook channel. The fun of it all. Gonna be a beautiful, beautiful sunrise. is coming on up. I do want to take a little moment, thank everybody that has been on the ride today. For this late night, early morning ride. I appreciate it, Red. We definitely gonna try, brother. I hate parking up this early, but sometimes you can't help it doing this work. Y'all just remember to always feel free to like, share, subscribe. Feel free to comment as well. We live pretty much every day on YouTube and Facebook. If you want to continue following us on the day-to-day lives from YouTube to Facebook under Jeff Mashburn. On Facebook you will see a picture of this red Peterbilt and a stunning picture of my beautiful wife. Feel free to come over there and follow us on our other channel as well. That way when we leave one live, you can follow us over to the other live. The fun of it all. Step out, join us on that live. That live's more laid back. I think I had in the last, I've had that channel for 4 years, and day before yesterday was the first media troll I've had in 3 years. On that page, he got his ass roasted, and we went on about our day having a good time talking shit. So, glad y'all could join us for this sunrise. I hope everybody has a beautiful and blessed rest of their week. And everybody has a beautiful and happy Christmas. I know I'm going to be home, so it's going to be wonderful. We will catch y'all again tomorrow. Maybe another late, maybe another early morning live. We're going to see what's going to happen with this load. So, y'all stay beautiful and stay blessed. Appreciate y'all.